Which came first, the chicken or the egg? How is this tied to the phenomenon of network effects? This was one of the most important concepts we had learnt in a course entitled Winning with Networks. Hi, my name is Arjun Chaudhary and welcome to Mission Happiness. Network effect describes the fact that the value of a product increases the more number of users use it. Uber, DoorDash, LinkedIn, Facebook are classic examples of network effect. Now, under the category of network effect, there's something called the two-sided network effect. In such a case, there is a supply side and a demand side. Supply side are the service providers and demand side are the consumers or buyers of that service. Typically, one is a hard side and one is an easy side. But both sides need to exist simultaneously to produce a network effect because both benefit each other. Now let us look at an example of Uber. Now in Uber, the supply side, which is typically the harder side, are the drivers. And the demand side, which is typically the easier side, are the riders. Now both need to exist simultaneously to benefit each other. However, to start the process when Uber was founded, someone has to come to the market first. Is it the riders? Is it the drivers? How do you solve this chicken and egg problem? Well, you solve the chicken and egg problem by creating something called an atomic network, which is essentially a small stable network which you allow to grow by itself. So basically you want a small number of users simultaneously using the product in the right way. So what Uber did is basically it solved this chicken and egg problem and created this atomic network by firstly targeting the San Francisco tech community. Now it targeted that community because it thought that there are individuals living in this place who like to sort of use new gadgets and new apps and tools to improve the quality of their life. Now, in order to create that atomic network effect, it needed both the riders and the drivers. So to get the drivers, it basically called a bunch of people who owned black cars in the San Francisco tech community and asked them, hey, would you be okay to sort of drive a car and use this app? We'll pay you an hourly rate. So out of that cold calling process, 3 drivers agreed to be drivers. And then secondly, it got the riders by basically sponsoring events in the tech community and giving these individuals in the tech community free rides to these sponsored events. So then it basically had a small number of drivers and riders and it created this atomic network effect. And then basically through word of mouth, these drivers and riders shared with their family members, with their friends about how great the app was, and the network expanded and grew. And eventually in the San Francisco city, Uber had many users. And then it decided to expand into other cities in USA and eventually internationally. Remember, happiness is the key to success. I'm Arjun Chaudhary.